this game a loss to the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, in that one, the shot selection wasn't terrible, but they had to tighten it up. That did not happen.
They never really got into a rhythm, despite trying a few different things. Sometimes it's just not your night.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. You know, almost every team has some kind of roster turnover in the offseason, so, Greg, this time of year can be about getting familiar with your new teammates.
Yeah, there's always a feeling out process this early in the schedule. It's about finding your team's identity, figuring out how all the pieces are going to fit.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Violation. Practice ball.
Van Vliet outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Van Vliet's got 5 points so far.
You have to respect Fred's range. If not, he'll make you pay.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. To the middle. Here's Towns. And nothing is falling for him right now. It's been a quick start here for Toronto.
And the #1 overall pick in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns has been the franchise player in Minnesota, but out to prove he can be the cornerstone on a contender.
It can be a little disheartening when you do everything right and come away with nothing.
Flying high, Anthony Edwards, ladies and gents, cleared for takeoff.
Now here's Van Vliet. 5 points in the game. And they call an illegal screen here. Greg, in order for Towns to get the Wolves to where they want to go, and certainly where he wants to go, how does he take the next step?
For me, last season, an inconsistent playoff performance for Cat. He's got to make an imprint on the game, even when shots aren't falling.
Russell. And he banks in the layup.
An active competitor, Russell won't go down without a fight, especially around the rim.
On the wing, Anunoby. Back to Van Vliet. Trent outside. Shot clock at 5. Barnes trying to free himself up. Trent can't hit.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Towns wide open. No good. That would have tied it. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Stolen by McDaniels. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Russell. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
And showing he can make plays for others. Edwards moving it with conviction.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. The Timberwolves secured a spot in the playoffs last season, Greg, and we enjoyed it after they got that emotional win in the play-in game in the Twin Cities over the Clippers. What a night.
And, Kevin, you could tell it meant a lot to the players. This is a team that has struggled for so long, and by getting to the playoffs, this is a step in the right direction.
Give a round of applause to your Timberwolves dancers.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. This is their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves.
Yeah, and they took both games they played against this club last
2
season.
minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
The kick out to Porter. Makes it off the glass.
This is where I like to see Porter spend more of his time, looking for his shot in the painted area.
To the paint. Here's Towns. Yep, it counts.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Here's Achua. And no good to start the night, missing his first attempt there. Here's Edwards. Out to Russell. Pass to Anderson. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And now in the final year of his contract, D'Angelo Russell trying to get back to that all-star level from the promise that got him that last 4-year deal.
First personal foul.
Clearly a foul.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
For me, they made a point to attack inside early in the game, and it's paid off for them. A lot of solid looks in the paint.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets. And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Van Vliet outside. Shot clock at 6. Raptors get it back. No good. Now the Timberwolves with it. They're on a 13-3 run right now. Edwards with it. 5 points in the game. Pass to Anderson. Towns for 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
The playmaking ability of Kyle Anderson combines great floor vision with his height and feel.
And so into the Minnesota Timberwolves with their lead standing at
16. The Raptors. 10.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy. This is what we talk about, valuing each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
Now Trent still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Young. And Young with the stuff.
Go into the rack with energy in the D, afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged and everything has to be earned.
Reed got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And a deep roster for the Raptors. But Smitty, do they have the star power, the star talent to win big?
Well, they have Scotty Barnes. He was last season's Rookie of the Year. His growth will be key. But with Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, all-star caliber players, Toronto's not shy on talent, Kevin.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much, we can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, D.A. Thank you so much. Down low. It's stolen. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. Can't cash in from close range. Count that one. Barnes has got his first points of the game.
Good instincts from Scotty Barnes on the offensive glass, and he put it back home.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
on the wing, Anunoby. Last game, 26 points. Pass to Barnes. A shot, no good. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. To the wing right side. And Gary Trent gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Both teams deciding to change it up. Well, Greg, we see it every year. Those overachieving teams in the NBA. What enables them to be greater than the sum of their parts?
Well, listen, luck can play a part, but confidence is a huge factor as well. If you walk into that gym every night believing you'll find a way to win, oftentimes you do.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Inside, and Towns throws it down.
And that's just too easy for Towns. You allow him to get that deep in the paint, and he's going to punish you. And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Russell from long range. And it's Toronto with the rebound. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. Pass to Anunoby. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his first foul. And Toronto making a change.
First team foul.
1:12 left in the second quarter.
Precious Achiuwa. Otto Porter.
Just 5 to shoot. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Towns with it. Picked up by Van Vliet. For 3, Edwards. No good on that one. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. It's rebounded by Towns. Timberwolves leading by 3. Right wing. Back to Edwards. The 3. Another miss by Minnesota.
And yeah, that old adage about being too wide open, not a thing. He just missed it.
Pass to Achiuwa. Van Vliet outside. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Getting high in the air. Gary Trent Jr. teaching the rim a lesson.
And a close game so far.
Your Minnesota Timberwolves. 24.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Minnesota with the ball. They lead by 1. Pass to Towns. To the inside. Gobert. Good, and as this goes to Towns. Gobert's got 6.
A much more physical player now than when he first entered the league. Gobert powering it home.
And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Pass to Edwards. Over to the wing. Gobert down low. Tries again. There's Towns. The shot from the low post is good. And now that's 11 points for Karl Anthony Towns. And you look at Anthony Edwards, and G.A., he is becoming the leader of this Timberwolves team, isn't he?
I think he is. I mean, partly it's his production with his numbers up across the board, but it's also his personality. He plays with tremendous swagger.
4 on the shot clock. And that one's good. Barnes.
Scotty Barnes is still getting his touch dialed in, but he hits a nice, clean jumper.
And last year, Minnesota had a tough end to their season. In their 10th playoff appearance, they made their 9th
first-round exit.
At the line for Minnesota.
I don't think the Timberwolves, Greg, plan on letting their playoff statistics discourage them at all.
And that's kind of the beauty of this squad. They're out to make new franchise history, not focusing on the past. Just keep evolving as a team.
It's stolen by Edwards. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. And here we go. Fast break. Barnes has got it. Gobert with the block.
What timing from Rudy. He is superb at measuring when to go after blocks.
Way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The Raptors shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
Toronto calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Back to Van Vliet. 5 on the clock. From out of the wing, he knocks it down.
The assist.
Van Vliet's got 8 points.
You can't teach court awareness. Barnes understands when his guys are uncovered.
And Barnes sends it back.
Yeah, the defender all over.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And so far this season, shooting at a 75% clip from the line. Wow. What, he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe.
Looking at the Raptors roster, basically the entire squad is under 30. Their key players are extremely young, a great sign for the future.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
And the shot is long.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Over in the corner, Edwards. Back to McDaniel. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up the baseline. No good that time. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Yeah, youth is on their side. And Smitty, since winning that title in 2019, the Raptors have totally turned over their squad.
Kawhi, Kyle Lowry, Serge Ibaka, all have left Toronto, Kevin, replaced with much younger players. Give Toronto's front office credit for retooling quickly.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. So both teams making some changes here. 1:16 left to play here in the third. Outside, Russell. The shot that time, not on target. Now Toronto takes it the other way.
Their struggles from the field continue, yet they still hold the lead.
Here's Barnes. Again, Toronto.
Showing his touch. Barnes good from mid-range also.
Here's Russell. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Toronto trailing. .27 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Van Vliet. Here's Barnes. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Now Anderson. Nice fake with the layup off the mark. Here's Boucher. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Taurean Prince.
Hard to match up with Boucher inside, especially when he's trying to score.
Stolen by Van Vliet. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a
Wolves 34. The Raptors 33.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto. They trail by 1. Trent outside. To take the lead. And he's good on the 3 ball. Trent got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Raptors. Here's Towns. It's good. Towns has got the game tied up here for the Timberwolves.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And that one, good.
Gary Trent Jr., his teammate, was so open, he could have passed it with his eyes closed.
Towns. Good D by Barnes.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
Substitution on the board.
We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Towns. Back to Russell. Out to the right wing. Towns is doubled. The shot, no good. Now Toronto takes it the other way. And there's the goal on Karl Anthony Towns.
Second personal foul.
That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Raptors with the lead. To the middle. It's tipped. Towns with the steal. And finished off by Gobert.
And for a man his size, it's amazing how Gobert gets up and down the court.
Pass to Van Vliet. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. To the left side wing. Achua, no good. Now, here is Russell. It's deflected. Down low. Back to Trent.
Well, those 5 turnovers, more than you like to see.
Raptors substitution. Ken Birch.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Outside, Towns. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
That's just being out of sync at the worst time. Costly.
Toronto calls timeout. You look at Towns, he's really been playing well.
You know, he's been a one-man wrecking crew down low. His consistent scoring has dictated the pace of this game. We'll see if they decide to front him, bring a quick double, or maybe even both to try to slow him down.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. He told them, hey, guys, this is a close game, but if we execute right here, I like our chances. There's no need for hero ball. Trust one another. Make the simple play. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thanks. Minnesota again turning it over.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you got to protect the ball.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Towns.
And What a time to get sloppy. A close game like this, you cannot be getting loose with the ball.
Clock at 4. Hits it from three-point range. And the Raptors lead by 3.
Huge shot right there from Scotty. I love seeing him deliver in these situations.
And this is why he's a go-to option. Towns enjoys getting a chance to come up big for his team.
Pass to Anunoby. Here's Trent. Now here's Barnes. Raptors need to get a shot. Gobert pulls it in. And now Minnesota on the fast break. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that ties the game up.
He wanted to get his team the lead, and even though he didn't, he should feel good. At least he tied it up.
Pass to Barnes. Here's Van Vliet. Unstolen by Russell. To the paint. Here's Towns.
Big-time basket. That was a big-time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Trent outside. Van Vliet outside.
I like how Fred VanVleet stays patient. Eyes up, finds the breakdown in the defense.
So it's the Timberwolves now. And here's Edwards. Pass to Towns. For the win. It's good. Buries the game winning.
Okay, yeah. 널 향해 쏟아지는 기대와 칭찬 기분 좋은 말만 해주려는 날 위한 이 시간 그 속에서 나는 숨이 좀 막히는 듯해 나 잠깐 방에 들어가서 쉬고 있을게 이 파티 주인공은 나라고 하지만 너네가 더 신난 것 같아 보여 근데 일찍은 가지마 난 혼자가 싫어